Hmm. Enjoying, enjoying some full breaths, letting yourself arrive in this moment, celebrating yourself that you're showing up for yourself, whatever your goals with your yoga practice are. Just arriving can be the most challenging part. So whether you're here with us live or watching the replay, honor yourself. Good job for getting here. Out in Floyd for one more day, enjoying the birdsong, the nature, the sun spotlighting us. So from wherever you are, if you can look outside, so if you can see out a window, or maybe you close your eyes and visualize whatever comes to mind first for a pleasant outdoor scene. And we'll take just a few breaths here, letting the birds sing to us. And thinking about how these birds create their vibration using the same breath that we have. Let's take a breath in and then hum it out. Anyway, it doesn't have to sound good. Breath in for the hum. On an inhale, let's stretch the arms out and up. Maybe look up. Exhale, give yourself a twist to the right, your right side. Inhale, come back to center, reach up, look up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center, reach up, look up. Exhale, drop your right hand, left arm stretches up and over, side body stretch. Inhale, come to center, reaching up, maybe looking up. Exhale, left hand to the ground, right arm reaching up and over. Inhale, come to center. Now press your heart forward, move your arms back in space. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself, giving yourself a hug, rounding the spine. Inhale, open the arms out wide, shoulder blades sliding together. Exhale, hug yourself, the other arm on top. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come to center, reach up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, come to center, reaching up. Exhale, fold to the other side, left hand to the ground. Inhale, come to center, reach the arms back. Exhale, hug yourself. Notice which arm is on top. Inhale, open your arms out wide, arching the heart forward. Exhale, hug yourself, other arm on top, rounding the spine back. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your right hand to the ground, side body stretch. Inhale, come to center, reach up. Exhale, left hand to the ground, side body stretch. Inhale, come to center, move the arms back, lift the heart. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Notice which arm is on top. Inhale, open the arms out wide. And on your exhale, hug yourself, the other arm on top. And stay here, maybe swaying, breathing, embracing yourself. So this month we're exploring the kleshas, or the veils, the obstacles that cause human suffering. And the first one is called avidya, which is, sometimes we hear it called ignorance, but I like this book calls it innocence. So just being unaware of our divine nature. A quote to carry us through the day and weekend from Michael Beckworth. When you make genuine contact with your inner spirit, there is an inner joy, an inner peace that takes over. A couple more breaths, embracing yourself. When you make genuine contact with your inner spirit, there is an inner joy, an inner peace that takes over. All right, let's release our embrace and come on into tabletop. As you arrive there, you can start moving the spine through cow and cat. Inhaling drops the belly and lifts the gaze. Exhaling arches the spine. Maybe go ahead and pass back through child's pose, stretching out the back body. Inhale, returning to cow. Go at your own pace. When you make genuine contact with your inner spirit, there is an inner joy, an inner peace that takes over. So I have a little trouble with some of the esoteric, but I'm doing my best to stay so open to it. So when I hear that, if it doesn't quite make sense to me, rather than thinking about my inner spirit, I'm going to think, well, what do I know brings me inner joy or inner peace? When am I in touch with that? So kind of exploring it from the other angle as a way to get in touch with that inner spirit. So you could keep moving your spine through cow and cat, or go ahead and press back to Balasana, child's pose. And give yourself a few breaths, trying to connect with whatever it is that brings you that inner joy, inner peace. And there's no judgment of how you find it or connect with it. It could be something silly, could be something deep. Maybe the silly is deep. One more breath wherever you are. And then let's rise up to tabletop. Tuck your left toes and push the left foot back on the mat. So keeping your toes on the ground, then press back through your left heel. This is a way to stretch the calf muscles. Engage your core muscles like you could lift your spine up to the sky. Push the ground away through your hands so the shoulder blades slide apart a bit. Now you might lift the left toes off of the ground. You might stretch the right arm to the distance. Maybe even lifting your right arm and left leg up towards the sky a little more. So right arm stretching, left leg stretching. One more breath in. Breathe out, hug it all in. Crunching everything to the center. Inhale, re-extend, maybe reach up. Exhale, hug it in. One more time, inhale, stretch. Option to bend your left knee, sweep the right arm back. Maybe your right hand finds your foot or pant leg, maybe not. A breath wherever you are. And then release left knee, right hand to the ground. Inhale, take a twist to the left, reaching your left elbow or hand to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, unwind, reaching the left arm towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time, inhale, reaching open to the left. Exhale, twisting to the right, weaving the left arm under the right. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Maybe you stretch your right leg long, coming to the right toes. Imagine pulling your left hip back in space so we're getting a good stretch through the side body. And right knee to the ground if it's not already. Push your right hand into the ground, unwinding, reach the left arm up, big breath in. And breathe out, left hand on the ground. Draw a circle with your chest here, so keeping the hands and knees planted, circling around, a time or two one way and a time or two the other way. Coming back to center, tuck your left toes, push them back on the mat, then press through the heel. Right toes, left and right, it's one of those days. So right toes on the ground, pushing back through the right heel, stretching the calf muscles, engaging the core, lifting the spine up towards the sky, pushing the hands into the ground, shoulder blades sliding apart a little bit. So we're engaging our muscles, kind of lifting out of our joints a bit. Breathing, maybe you try lifting the right toes off of the ground. Core stays engaged, maybe you reach your left arm to the distance. Good. Balancing here in bird dog. Inhale, stretch as long as you can. Maybe kick the leg and reach the arm up a little. And then exhale, hug everything in. Keep the core engaged as you inhale, extending. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, extend, option to bend your right knee, sweep the left arm back. Maybe you make contact with your foot or pant leg, maybe not. Big breath wherever you are. Keep pushing the right hand down. And release. Left hand, right knee to the ground. Then we'll reach our right elbow or hand to the sky, twisting open to the right. Breathing out, weave underneath, thread the needle. Inhale, reach the right arm up, opening to the right. Exhale, twisting to the left. One more time. Inhale, reaching the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. And now we could tuck the left toes and push them back on the mat, re-extending the left leg, pressing through the heel for the calf stretch. You can shimmy your hips a little, maybe imagine pulling your right hip back in space a little. Try to keep the torso long as we stay for one more breath. And letting it go. Okay, left knee to the ground. Push into your left hand to reach up to the sky again. Big breath in. And exhale, right hand comes to the ground. One more thing on the ground here. Walk your hands forward. So if you have blocks at the top of your mat, you might bring your hands or forearms onto them. Otherwise, just walk your hands forward. Tops of the feet pressing down into the ground. Maybe your forehead comes to the ground. You could rock it side to side if so. Anahatasana, puppy pose or heart melting pose. Slow breath in. And let it go. When you're ready, engage your core, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Good, now we'll tuck our toes, lift our hips, downward facing dog. As you get here, you can soften your knees and sway your hips side to side. Breathe deeply. Maybe the head could get a little heavier here. Let's walk the feet out wide. Pivot the heels in just a little bit. Soften your knees so you look a little like a frog while you walk your hands back towards your feet. And sink your hips as low as they'll go, keeping in mind that we're all built differently. So if your hips don't go super low in squat pose, that's okay. Work with yourself wherever you are. Slow breath in. And breathe out, hands to the ground. Lift your hips, finding a forward fold. You can bring the toes to point forward again. We can always soften the knees while we're in our forward folds. And then on an inhale, lift up halfway. Hands can slide up the legs. Shoulders slide together, look ahead. On an exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise all the way up, stretching to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Soften your knees, walk your hands to the top of the mat, finding a plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Come up high on your toes, and then breathe as you tiptoe yourself to the top of the mat. Good. Once you get there, inhale, lift up halfway. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, look ahead. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Sink your hips down a little bit, small chair pose. Breathe in, lift your heart. Breathe out, soft shoulders. Engage the glutes, maybe slide a little lower. And then breathing in, when you're ready, stretch the arms up. And exhale, arms down by your sides. All right, let's pause for a few breaths. Let yourself experience the flow of energy since we've been moving. What does it feel like to be you, experiencing your experience? Notice if we can frame things in a neutral, non-judgmental observer way. And on an inhale, let's stretch up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, shoulders slide together. Exhale, fold back down. Get your hands to touch the ground or blocks and step your right foot straight back in space. Pull your heart forward, look ahead, breathing. This high runner's lunge. You could also always drop your back knee down. Some people would rather bring their hands to their front leg or hips or even the sky. So as always, choose your own adventure. Breathe about 3 more breaths wherever you go. Bring your hands to the ground if they're not there already. Step your left foot back, top of a push-up, knees up or down. Take a breath. Wonderful. Exhale, lower all the way down to your thighs and belly. Point your toes back. Let's see if we can lift our hands off of the ground. Engage the core like you're lengthening your low back. Tops of the feet pressing into the ground. On your next inhale, try to lift your heart off of the ground, looking ahead. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, try to lift the heart. Shoulder blades slide together. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. And release. Hands on the ground, tuck your toes, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. You could always take a break. You could take a flow through chaturanga. You could just settle in here, breathing. A few more breaths. If you're in this down dog triangle shape, try to let the head be heavy. We're strengthening our upper body. We're stretching the backs of our legs. Everything else is just details. From your down dog, try to lift the right foot up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Take another breath, and then step or swing that right foot to the top of the mat. Steady yourself, maybe reaching for blocks if you're going to use them. Finding your runner's lunge on the other side. So big stretch through the left hip flexors. Maybe you like to drop the left knee or bring your hands up to your leg or hips or the sky. Give yourself a few more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, bringing your hands to the ground. Tuck your left toes. Let's breathe in as we step forward. Breathe out, bringing the left foot to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, fold down. Shoulder blades slide apart. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. Take a couple breaths. How is the flow of energy within you now? On an inhale, let's stretch to the sky. And exhale, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Yeah, go at your own pace. On your exhale, fold down, hands touching the ground. Step the left foot back and out, setting up for warrior 1. So the whole left foot's planted. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, reach up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Stretch up so energetically that maybe you can even stretch up and back. Big breath in. Steady breath out. Connect with your feet on the ground. Another inhale. And on your exhale, hinge forward, sweeping your arms down and back. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hinge forward, Dekasana. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, transition to warrior 2. So adjusting your feet a bit, loosely heel to arch alignment. Bending into your right knee, looking over the right fingertips. Let's flip the right palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior. If you're feeling unsteady, you can look down at the ground. Let's straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. Really reach your right arm up and back. And bring your arms parallel to the ground. Take a breath in. Breathing out, hinge to the right like you're tucking your right hip under your left. Right hand to right shin, left hand to the sky. Trikonasana triangle pose. Try to really rotate your heart forwards and even upwards. Again, if you're feeling unsteady, looking towards the ground could help. Take one more breath. And then we'll bend the right knee, pivot on the left toes so we're facing forward. Step your right foot back. Inhale, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point your toes back. On an inhale, find your cobra. Maybe you lift the hands off of the ground again. Maybe you push your hands into the earth, lifting the chest a little more. On your exhale, lower down. On your inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. One more. Good. Lowering down, tuck the toes. Then press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Remembering you can take a break. You can take a flow. You can just hang in down dog, letting the head drop heavy. Another slow and steady breath. And then we'll carefully lift the left foot off of the ground, reaching it towards the sky as high as you can. And step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. Step your right foot out and up a bit so you can plant it for warrior one. Bending into your left knee, squeeze the left glutes. Inhale, powerhouse rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. Stretching to the sky really energetically, so we're getting long and spacious through our torso. And creating space in the torso literally allows us to breathe in more of life. Create space for that. Big breath in. On your exhale, let's hinge forward and down, sweeping the arms down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hinge forward and down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Dekasana. Inhale, rising up, and then open up to warrior two. So adjusting your stance, bending still into the left knee, arms outstretched, look over your left fingertips and breathe. Flip your left palm open to the sky, big breath in, reach it up and back. Reverse warrior. And then we'll straighten through the left leg. Remember, if we're feeling unsteady, we can look to the ground. Reverse triangle, another inhale. And exhale, bring your arms parallel to the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge to the left like you're tucking your left hip under your right. Then left hand to left shin, right fingertips to the sky. If you're feeling steady enough, maybe you rotate the head and look up. Full breath in. And out. One more. As you exhale, bend your left knee, bring your hands to the ground, pivoting to face forward. Breathe in, and breathe out. Step the right foot forward, forward fold. Bring your feet out a little wider, heels pivoted in, sink your hips down, seeing how Malasana, the yogi squat, feels after nearly 30 minutes of movement. Maybe there's a change here, maybe not. Slow breath in. And breathe out, hands to the ground. Find your forward fold. You might grab opposite elbows and sway a little. Try to let the head get heavy and take a couple breaths. All right, as you're ready, let's go ahead and come on down to our seat and roll onto your spine. When you get to your back, cross your right leg over your left, then hug the legs in towards your chest. Move around a little bit, looking for a pleasant stretch on your right hip area. Another intentionally full breath in, and when it's time to breathe it out, let your legs fall to the left side. So I'm going to use my left hand and arm under the legs to kind of catch them so I don't have to twist all the way. You might stretch your right arm up alongside your head. Big stretch, big breath. Come back through center, hugging both legs in, maybe circling around a little. And then cross your left leg over your right. Draw the legs in towards your chest. Move around a little here, looking for the left hip stretch. When you're ready, on an exhale, let your legs fall to the right, taking a twist. Maybe stretch that left arm up alongside your head. Big breath. When you're ready, come back through center, hugging the legs in, breathe. And then feet to the earth. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long. Let yourself bask in just being here now. You've done the work. Notice if you feel any sensation or energy flow in the body. Imagine you could just sink into the ground, the support beneath you. Imagine it rising up to hold you, so you don't have to do work here. Unawareness of our divine nature disconnects us from the bigger picture. When you make genuine contact with your inner spirit, there is an inner joy, an inner peace that takes over. Resting for another moment, I'll share a short reading from Nishala Joy Devi. Keep the light shining brightly. Did you ever use a kerosene lamp? At first, the light shines bright, illuminating the darkness, enabling us to see clearly. After some time, the glass chimney begins to blacken with soot and the light dims. Turning up the flame only causes the soot to thicken until the light is totally obscured. Reluctant to clean it earlier, we become obliged to remove the chimney, wash it, and replace it. The yogic practices dissolve the veils in a similar process to cleaning the chimney. With this new clarity, the light shines clear and bright. Dissolving the 5 kleshas or hindrances or veils brings forth the radiance of the divine self. Take your time, bringing a stretch into the body and returning to your seat. If you'd like to close these 30 minutes together, noticing how you feel. And if you'd like to chant or have another hum with the birds, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a full breath in for your vibration. And a deep bow of gratitude to you. Thank you for sharing your time and energy. I hope you have a safe and fun holiday weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.